check, check, check.
Check, check, check.
Perfect. You didn't clean off my seat for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go. So we are out here today on Daniel Island, South Carolina, having
Beautiful
coffee.
fall, 55-degree winter for us.
December.
But it's kind of a fall day. But
Yes.
technically, it's probably winter. But the sweetgrass is still in bloom. If you're
This
from
is sweetgrass,
area.
by the way.
Yeah. It gives off this beautiful purplish color. I love shooting this time of year because I photographed the wedding where it was in peak season, and this beautiful pinkish, purplish sweetgrass behind the bride and groom. Mwah.
If it would stay this way all year round, I might put it in my backyard, but it does get kind of ugly in the summertime. It gets all
it does.
crinkly and dry. All right, so on to the reason that we're here. We have updates.
Yeah.
Oh, my phone is recording this, so you might have to break out your cheat notes.
We can remember this stuff. Come
All
on.
of it?
First of all, we wanted to say thank you to Paul Law. My buddy Paul Law is running this amazing Sankuru project in Africa. And we've told you guys about this before, but we want to push it again. Christmas is just around the corner. It is the season for giving. And so we wanted to remind you that this push is still there.
Yes.
And we're raising funds for Paul's medical mission in the Congo. And,
for our motorcycle medical mission in the Congo in August.
Absolutely. If it all works out as planned, if you haven't seen the previous videos, we recommend you check those out. We'll link to those. But the short story is that Jason and I are raising funds for Paul's medical mission project that he's doing in the Congo. And the goal is for us to be able to go and hand deliver this stuff. So all these donations go directly to the project. It's not like where, if you donate to the Red Cross or one of these other groups, you have the CEO taking $2 million.
And
it's not like that. Everything goes to him, and we can hand deliver it.
Deli and you hit the 8% tip, that cheapo 8%, 15%. Now, this goes straight to them.
Yeah.
And the secondary goal of this is to make a documentary.
Yeah.
We've told you about all of this, so this is kind of a recap for those who haven't seen it. We're going to make a documentary, a full-length documentary out of our experience riding motorcycles in the Congo to provide medical assistance.
His first experience in a third world country. It should be interesting.
I suppose would Ukraine be considered third world?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
In some aspects, I suppose it would. So it'll be it will. I do not have much experience in a third world country. That's true. But this particular video here, we want to focus on people who have already given to the cause.
First, a big shout out to Cindy Brew Dunn, who's a good friend of mine, fellow Congolese MK missionary kid.
One of the first ones to jump on the giving bandwagon.
She was the first. We put that video out, and man, she was right on it. So Cindy, we really appreciate the very generous donation.
Another one is who jumped on really quickly as well was Mr. Bill Waterhouse, one of our motorcycle companions who watches the channel religiously, and he takes me out shooting. not photographs, actual
real shooting.
Bullets.
Nice.
Yes. So,
absolutely. And more followers and fans and motorcycle riders. We look forward to seeing more of those contributions coming in.
Of course.
But you had a big corporate sponsor.
Yes, well, one of the first corporate sponsors was the Oaks Private School. They are also a sponsor of our channel in general, and they've donated quite a hefty sum. And then they've promised another in the coming months. Yeah, so that's awesome.
Brief elevator pitch for the Oaks Private School.
The Oaks Private School is a accredited private school in Florida that covers homeschoolers and people who need the not brick and mortar, go to the regular school. They need, whether they travel a lot, they're missionaries, they're actors, they're athletes, all of those kinds of things where the family or simply they just want to take control of the education of their own children. So it's the oaksprivateschool.com. The school has students all over the globe, everywhere you can think of. And they are accredited, which means that all of the colleges accept the diplomas and the transcripts, and even the U.S. military. Yeah. So check them out at theoaksprivateschool.com.
Thank you, sir. Another big corporate sponsor we wanted to thank was my friend Preston Johnson with Carolina Chillers. They gave us a very, very nice, generous donation. We really appreciate that. You had another big, well, before we get to that, let me also mention Rick Stewart, you guys know Rick
Rick
Stewart.
Stewart.
He's a big sponsor of the channel in general. And man, Rick, we really appreciate your support. He let us come up and speak to his church. We did some fundraising there at his church, and some generous donations from the people up there in Liberty.
Yes.
And so we wanted to thank all of you. That was very kind. And the opportunity to come and share Paul's story with you guys from our hearts was very nice.
But
so
Rick, 185-GET-MOTO, he's a motorcycle lawyer. He rides motorcycles like us, and if you find yourself into an accident, no fault of your own, it's scmotolawyer.com. Rick Stewart, 1-855-GET-MOTO. He has been one of our channel sponsors prior to the whole Africa idea, and so he's been with us for a long time.
Yep.
Long time.
Absolutely.
Another one that I have, AGL. It's a heating and air with Andrew Lingle, and he gave us $1,000 a couple of 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
And I was just floored by that. I do some videos for him, production videos. He has a YouTube channel as well. Check it out, AGL Mechanical. He's doing a lot better than we are at the moment. He's getting like views like crazy, which is really, really cool. But he puts air conditioning systems in there, and he does how-to videos for people who want to try it on their own. And he's making a library for how to teach his employees and things, and he chopped off $1,000 check to me the other day.
That's awesome.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Who else? What are we missing?
I don't know. That's why I said break out your cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Where's your phone?
I'm trying to do it from memory. We should remember all these people.
Don't want to forget nobody. Don't want to forget nobody.
Oh, man, how could we forget Tom Crawford?
Tom Crawford.
Dang.
If you don't know Tom Crawford, he's a celebrity here in Charleston, and I was his director at Channel 4 in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina for a number of years, and we stayed in contact. He has his own auctioneering. He's a meteorologist. He was in the Air Force, non-commissioned officer in the Air Force, and spent 33 years there. Boy, we had a lot of conversations about the military on the back porch of the television station. But he broke us off a check, and I was like, dang, Tom, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Friend forever. Really good dude.
And
Check him out.
It's so much fun. You know, he floats among a lot of different people, different society groups, and when we're at an event photographing somebody's big birthday bash or, you know, Christmas party and he shows up, I'm always like, Tom,
yes,
what's up?
yes. He's always involved in the local community and getting things done and helping people out and things like that. So thanks, Tom.
We mentioned all of the like the motorcycle community that comes together, like Bill with his donation. I wanted to also thank Doug DeLong, who's part of the Charleston photography scene. He's a fellow photographer, and so we really appreciated your donation, Doug. That was very kind of you. And I hope and pray that some of the other local photographers will get involved as well. That's a community that you know, we're both very attached to and spend a lot of time with. So hopefully we can spread the message with them.
Right. And if anyone, we're making this video, but we don't get daily updates from Paul on who has donated. So if anybody has donated since the time that our current list was made, and between then and when we're making it, we will do some more updates on people that are giving, and we certainly appreciate it. And remember, this is 501c3. It goes directly to the organization. We do not get a dime of it. It is only to help them and help us make marketing materials and the film to help them in the future.
Correct.
So
and photos,
so we don't get anything out of it except to help us get there and make the film.
Last but not least, drum roll, please. We gotta thank our title sponsor so far, Mr. Tim Whitfield.
Mr. Tim Whitfield. We're going to save the quantity, the big money donation to the very end, and I want to say a personal thank you to Mr. Tim Whitfield. He has a real estate company here and does rentals and things, and he cut us a $2,500 check with a promise for another one after the first of the year.
Unbelievable.
That is fantastic. I just called him up one day. I said, hey, you want to have some coffee? I got an idea. And he goes, cool. Leaving that meeting, he was all on board, and I certainly appreciate it. So, Mr. Tim Whitfield, thank you so much.
That's going to go a long way to purchasing all of the supplies, inoculations, vaccines, and different things that Paul's going to need for helping those children in the St. Croix region who struggle with all kinds of illnesses, waterborne diseases, different things like that, malaria. So from our hearts to yours, thank you. This is going to be released a few weeks before Christmas. You guys know Christmas is a time of giving. We hope you'll open your hearts and continue to donate to this worthy cause.
Thanks.